Yeah, we had a long talk yesterday, and she cried and cried and cried.
That's amazing.
I felt so much love for her, forgiveness, and saw my own flaws and faults, and I'm not perfect.
We're all imperfectly perfect.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. That's the beauty of it.
Mm-hmm.
Often we blame others for our pain, but
Sorry, could you say that
yeah,
again?
I say that often we blame others for our pain, our
Yes,
suffering. Yeah, but we have to choose to change
mm,
in order to find a way out of.
mm-hmm.
I'm at a point where I'm not blaming her, not judging her.
That's wonderful too. You are a powerful creator.
Thank you. When I was in pain, or while I was judging her,
Mm-hmm. Isn't that interesting? Huh?
yes, the power of letting go.
It's like Jesse said the other day. There's love and then there's judgment.
Mm, so true.
Mm. And your resonance with Jampolsky's work of love and fear.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, his book is love is letting go of fear.
Mm-hmm. And when we blame, we mask our own fear.
Mm, fear of being left.
Fear of all sorts of things, right?
Mm,
Not belonging, not being
mm.
good enough. that will be left alone.
Yeah, like my mother did. Yeah.
Mm.
So I projected on my ex.
Mm.
It is the only pattern we know.
Mm. Yes. Yeah, like you said, it becomes automatic.
Mm.
Yep. And only when we see them, see how they play out, see what they need. Like, because every fear is looking for something.
Yes.
When we're aware, we can change the looking for to resolve it, to give it what it's looking for.
Mm.
Now, that's always changing.
Yes.
Because we're letting go of more, right? We let go of more.
Mm.
And as we let go of more, we're making room for what we want.
Yes.
And for expansion of the internal,
Mm.
or expansion of the experience of the internal.
Mm. Yeah, you guys are amazing. I'm feeling much better, better and better.
Mm.
Can you point to why it feels better? No.
Yeah, it's the awareness,
Yeah.
not the. Oh, I can't find the word.
Yeah. I think it's I think it's letting go. You know, it
Yeah,
is. It is how we let go of it.
yeah. I've been avoiding her,
Hmm.
not interacting with her or communicating with her. So
Yeah. Yeah.
what it did yesterday was, I connected to her feelings and her thoughts, and I become more aware of what it's like, see from the outside, what I see.
Mm.
suddenly everything's changed. I feel so much compassion and unconditional love for her now. Suddenly, it's a
Mm.
totally 100 degrees shift.
Mm.
There's no doubt in my mind that she's been through her own pains, and
Mm.
I've done so much wrong to her. Because I was blind. Because I was angry. You know,
Mm.
I couldn't see clear.
Mm. Mm. How does it feel in your body, Chi, when
Light.
you get that clarity?
It's feel light, like not having heavy load on my shoulder.
Mm.
It's so easy to choose anger,
Mm.
frustration, yeah, but it just
That,
leads to more.
yeah, yeah. So Jesse said that's our automatic. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Automatics that are unresolvable.
Mm. Until
Like,
somebody helps us have another experience.
that's right. Yep. Or we do it ourselves.
Yes.
There's limits to that. Yes. But it's all letting go.
Yeah.
And it's most of us are afraid to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
We're even at that, we're afraid to look at the automatic pattern, and we're afraid to look at the unresolved, because though we have to admit we're wrong.
Yes. Yeah. Accept that we are good and bad, and we do good things and we make mistakes sometimes, and it's not a part of us.
Yeah. It's just that it's like, so like something, we don't like something, so then we get angry, right? It's like our anger. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
what what is it that we want? Like, what is it that anger's not getting?
Mm.
And for me, like what I would see in mine is that I would get louder. Oh, interesting, right? Like, look, that was a reaction, right? It was like, so okay, so why would I be getting louder?
Mm.
Ah, they can't hear me. Oh, so then I must want to be heard.
But you got the opposite effect. You know? When you get loud, they don't hear.
Exactly. That's the unresolved.
Yeah, yeah, man. I've been there so many times. Uh,
The unresolved.
mm.
And like that unresolved pattern is so deep in our culture, based on two things. One, we can slip in and out of it so easily, but one is, it's everything out there is affecting me.
Mm.
Like we speak of it here as like the attachment. It's like we're attached to things out there. I was too, until I was
Mm.
aware of my pattern.
Yeah.
And here's my attachment. When I have my money, I'll be happy.
Mm.
So what am I going to do? What do I need to do first? Have all my money. And then what will happen? Oh, I'll be happy. That's giving my power away to say, oh, when that happens, like it's under the condition, it's a condition of that. When this happens, then I'll get this. It says nothing that I have any power to be happy with or without money.
Right.
That's the programming. My reality was had in the background, couldn't see anything else, and couldn't even see that that was my pattern, because it was all that I knew.
Mm.
I'll carry on, unaware of an unresolvable structure. Unresolvable structure.
Mm.
Let's just get rid of those.
Mm.
Better not let's get rid of, let's let go of that. Let's not get rid of, let's let go. different.
Mm.
You were only a baby when you learned it, so it's okay. And you didn't learn it alone.
Mm.
Because usually you were on the receiving and giving end of the pattern.
It's the structure of the society too. It's
Yep.
they're ruling by deception. It's all lies. It's all taken away our freedom.
Mm.
Freedom of choice,
Mm.
freedom of power,
Mm.
Freedom of being you.
freedom of being you. Yeah. It's really like a cloak. It's stealth, because it is in the unseen.
Mm.
Which is probably why it makes it the hardest.
Mm.
But I mean, you know, I don't think we're ever going to be, quote, fully unaware or, sorry, uh, like fully aware.
Mm. Fully aware of the unaware.
Yeah, yeah, like,
Mm.
I
Mm.
mean, like eventually, right? Like eventually, but not in my lifetime type of thing. Because I just don't think humanity arrives at a point. I think it's just always changing.
Mm. Constantly changing. It's an evolution.
Yeah. Like this morning, the word that I would use for this morning it was like pride. I'm looking through pride. Like, where am I prideful? Where's my pride? What's my pride pattern?
Mm.
Mm.
Deeply connected to taking things personal, right? Being right. Um, Proving. So then there was a lot of proving.
It's good. I love it where you're taking it. Yeah.
Proving
Please
that
continue.
I'm good enough.
Mm.
Because then when I'm good enough, right, then I'll be loved, I'll belong, I'll be secure, right? All these words. But these words are is a fulfilling to the core needs, like the desires that we've had through our life.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And when we didn't get them, we compensated.
Mm-hmm.
We made up some story that got us out of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And if you think of every moment, every present moment is one of those layers, we've got a lot of layers.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
When I think of prideful, and I think of not being seen. I think of like like basketball. I can picture myself outside shooting basketball, just wanting to be seen because I was really good at a really small school, but I was coming to another school and they wouldn't include me.
Mm.
Like I was a threat, right? Even though eventually we would play for the same team, right? I was a threat. You know, it's just, it was, I can just feel my frustrations, right? In being, getting what I wanted, just wanting to be seen. I have all these, my muscles, right? Then the girls will want me, right? Just wanting to be seen. If I'm the star, right, then they'll want me.
Mm.
When I prove I'm good enough, that was just, that was like the core of mine. We all have categories of them. They just, they have different values and beliefs and drivers, motivations. And, but dealing with them is all the same.
Yeah, because just using only a part of our senses, only see with the outside, because our eyes, they are very limited, and our ears, and
Mm.
it's difficult to see through the illusion with the eyes alone. You have to see with the inner eye.
Mm. Like that saying of beauty being in the eye of the beholder.
Mm. Mm. Yes. We tend to forget that even with our eyes closed, we can see. We can still see
Mm-hmm.
whatever image we like. So it gives much more openness,
Mm.
when you see with the inner eye. And of what is possible instead of what is instead of limitation. Yeah, I know from myself too. Yeah. Similar story to Jesse's. Yeah, but that was a good one again.
Yeah. And it's like, I couldn't handle facing not being good enough.
Mm.
That's what I couldn't handle.
Mm.
And like, think of it, it's like, what kid isn't good enough?
No.
Mhm.
right? And it's like, huh, like what would someone have to, like what would someone have to go through to see life like that? Like, do you think is that really what my parents wanted? Like, did they set out to raise that? No, it was just a result.
Mhm.
I was the other side of the pattern.
It was also the pattern that they were raised with, right?
Exactly. The generational pattern, yes. And no one taught us how to deal with it.
No, because school reinforces it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Seen but not heard.
And the point of it is, it's like when we look at it, we can say, oh my goodness, that's not true. That's the freedom. That's the letting go part of it. Like,
Mhm.
oh, I only saw it a limited way at that age.
Mhm.
I don't have to hold on to that bondage anymore. Oh, I am good enough.
Mhm.
Now, that doesn't mean that the pattern doesn't show up, but what it does is that I recognize the pattern and say, oh, how do I know I am good enough?
Mhm.
So I can put the words, I can put what I want right in the sentence so that I'm like drawing out because I'm just misinterpreting the signals my whole life.
Mhm. Mhm.
I was interpreting that I'm not good enough. In reality, it's just like, oh, it's so many other things. It's like, well, maybe I need to like do something different. It didn't, like the automatics didn't have me look to expand what I could do, what I could create, how I could help.
And how you could be internally.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's so much that happens in the invisible.
Mm.
Yep.
I'll call that where we're being. It's like being, and so it's the emotional world. It's the intentions, the creativities,
Mhm.
energy,
Mhm.
momentum, space, things that are outside of the doing or the creating or the reality. Potential, like a category of personal potential.
Mm.
Like potential, like potential is a space. It's a space and a time. because it's also potentials of creation. Like it's coming, it's coming into.
It's potent.
And all we're doing is changing the potential.
Right. Yes. Wow. Yes. That's a good one again.
Reorientating us.
Sorry, Edison.
I was
Can you
thinking
please?
when Jesse said we change the potential,
Mm.
part of that change is that we reorientate it.
Mm-hmm.
We set it in a different direction.
Mm.
And I think we also change the structure of it, right?
Mm-hmm. That is it. It is changing the structure from stuck to moving.
Mm.
That is the potential.
Mm.
And like it's implied we want it to be better. So it's like we're always gonna like condition ourselves to send it that direction, which is always a positive position. And a positive position also means going from negative to neutral.
Mm.
Which is similar of going from reverse to neutral.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I think the same.
And you always go right by it when you're going to drive. Mm-hmm. You see, the key is knowing which gear you're in.
Mm. Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, and that is what is it? That's what is it? That's the present moment of what is it?
Yep.
And then you can view all the things you've hung on it and be like, oh, which way would I like it? How would I like this to be? How would I like it to go? How would I like it to resolve? That's a whole different orientation than solving a problem.
Mm.
One is creating a reality, the other one is creating a problem to solve. Let me ask you, if you solved all your problems, would you have everything you wanted?
Nope.
Why not, Heinz?
It was me. I'm still thinking. It's one of my automatic.
Mm.
It's good. It's good to work through how we came to our answer.
Mm-hmm.
What it revealed for me was that if I'm in a loop of solution. I'm searching because we can become addicted to solving the solution. If I'm talking about prideful, right? Successful is, quote, solving the solution, right? There's so much of it is that we want to go out there and say, look at me, I fixed it. Feeds the ego extremely well.
Mm.
And so it's like in that, look at me, fix it. We get addicted to that chemical reaction of that search, destroy, find, fix, like uncover, all those things, right? So we want that feeling, right? We begin to crave that feeling. So when we crave that feeling, what do? What do we start looking for? A problem.
Everything.
We're bound and determined to find a problem. To find a problem. Now I'll say it is like to create a problem. Yeah, to create a problem so that we can solve it. So that we can look good, feel good, no matter what the cost.
The quick fix is
That's,
only for short term, so,
yeah.
and it will lead to another problem, another.
Mhm. It was like I spoke about it earlier. It's like, oh, when I have enough money, then I'll be happy. Well, what it came to is like one, so there was a more, and every time I hit the more, it was still empty. So mine was empty. It's like just pattern after pattern after pattern, change the goal because it was always like, oh, well, dang it. Like it wasn't enough. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't big enough. It was like I was off for what I was going for. So let me readjust. The point of it is that I would go through a fight, I'd win, and when I won, it was empty. When I lost, it was empty. So it was just always empty. That was my pattern. That is my pattern. It's like feeling, so everything feeling empty. So what I want is the opposite of that, and what I experience is that.
Yes. That's a good insight. Wow.
Crazy. So it's like, yes, let me find, let me create problems so that I can find the solution. And I'm in a problem solving orientation. My life, my situation, my reality is all about solving problems rather than creating solutions. I don't even want to say
This is
creating
mind-boggling.
solutions because it's just it's just what do you want? It's creating what do you want? How do you want this to go? And it's dreaming about that and while living the moment of it. That's where the tension is what creates it.
Yes.
The tension is the potential. that we get to direct. Oh, that's awesome.
I can't help but, thinking, what is my pride? That would be my exercise for today. To ask myself, what is my pride?
Mm.
Never thought about that.
Yeah, good and bad. I like it. Good and bad. It's like I'm a proud father,
Mm,
right? That's good. But there's places it's like, oh, that can improve too, right? That can be improved.
yes.
So the other is like in the pride, then also look at like the charge of that. So that would be the good and bad side of it, just the charge, the judgment of it for you. And that'll help. It'll help unpack it. And that's all you want to
Mm,
do. That's being in the moment, is unpacking it, because then you're able to let it go right then and there so that it never comes up again that way.
yep.
Mm.
That is letting go.
Mm.
Been a great morning. Thank you all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Wow.
everybody. Have a great day.
Have a great
You too,
day.
Alison. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.